Lewis Hamilton's P12 qualifying position at the Hungarian Grand Prix was not the result of poor pace or mechanical failure. A leaked engineering briefing has exposed systematic sabotage within Ferrari, revealing that Hamilton's struggles stem from deliberate internal manipulation rather than driving performance issues. The public narrative suggests Hamilton is failing to adapt to Ferrari's systems, while Charles Leclerc emerges as the clear number one driver. Media coverage portrays this as evidence of Hamilton's declining abilities at age 40. However, paddock insiders describe a different reality unfolding behind closed doors at Maranello. For those who understood the political gamesmanship at Maranello, the real story was just beginning. Hamilton currently sits 6th in the Drivers' Championship standings, 42 points behind Leclerc and 175 points behind current leader Oscar Piastri. Ferrari's garage atmosphere during the Hungarian weekend displayed unprecedented tension. Radio communications became less frequent compared to previous race weekends. Technical instructions were delivered with unusual caution. Crew members maintained physical distance from each other, breaking the typically synchronized team dynamic that Ferrari is known for maintaining during race operations. The pattern of sabotage extends beyond Hungary as an isolated incident. Problems began manifesting before cars left the pit lane for practice sessions. An inside source confirmed that this wasn't a loss of pace, it was a pattern. The systematic nature of these issues points to coordinated efforts rather than random mechanical problems or setup mistakes. Hamilton complained of very inconsistent balance from corner to corner and noted his car was far from being on rails and very out of balance. The engineering briefing room became the epicenter where truth emerged about Ferrari's internal operations. During FP2 sessions, Hamilton expressed confidence after data analysis showed positive results from his requested setup changes. His specific focus on rear stability under braking yielded measurable improvements in lap times and car balance. The FP2 data supported Hamilton's technical feedback and justified his setup preferences. Everything changed before FP3 sessions commenced. Rear ride height was altered without Hamilton's knowledge or consent. Differential preload settings were adjusted away from Hamilton's preferred configuration. All variables that provided Hamilton with car confidence were systematically removed. These changes occurred without Hamilton's confirmation or signature on technical modification documents. Hamilton's response to discovering these unauthorized changes became legendary within the team. "You ask for feedback, then ignore it when it threatens your plans," Hamilton stated during the briefing. The comment was delivered without emotional outbursts or raised voices. The measured tone made the accusation more devastating than any angry confrontation could have achieved. After qualifying P12, Hamilton's radio message revealed his frustration. Every time, a reference to recurring setup sabotage. Riccardo Adami, Hamilton's race engineer, fought internally to maintain his driver's preferred setup configuration. Leclerc never requested the specific changes made to Hamilton's car. The elimination of these suspects points to higher authority intervention. Someone within technical or strategic management overrode Hamilton's input and forced implementation of different setup parameters. The technical management conspiracy became evident through deliberate undermining of Hamilton's feedback. During Q2 sessions, Hamilton warned over radio communications that this car won't hold up under braking. The warning was documented but ignored by strategic command. The prediction proved accurate as braking stability issues plagued Hamilton throughout qualifying sessions. Hamilton was knocked out in the second quarter for the 4th time this season, highlighting the systematic nature of his struggles. Leclerc's weekend proceeded without similar interference. His car setup remained exactly as he requested without unauthorized modifications. Leclerc enjoyed stable front-end behavior and agile corner characteristics. Data analysis revealed that Leclerc's car hadn't been touched by technical management between practice sessions. The contrast in treatment became impossible to ignore when comparing telemetry data between both Ferrari drivers. Leclerc took a surprise pole position, out-qualifying Oscar Piastri by 0.026 seconds. Saturday night revealed blatant favoritism in setup modification policies. Hamilton requested a small brake migration adjustment that was technically permissible under regulations. The modification was crucial for braking stability on the Hungaroring track surface. Ferrari management denied the request, citing setup freeze regulations. Leclerc simultaneously requested tire blanket recalibration for his car. His request was approved without debate or regulatory concerns. A frustrated mechanic observed that the rules haven't changed, only who's asking has changed. The final pre-race briefing witnessed Hamilton's most direct confrontation with team hierarchy. Hamilton posed a single question that froze the entire room. Do you want 2 cars or just 1? Silence followed as team members understood the implications of the question. Riccardo Adami stared at his strategy sheet before turning the page. The small gesture carried massive significance as a silent declaration of his allegiance. Hamilton's public statements after qualifying were equally devastating. "I'm useless, absolutely useless," and suggested Ferrari probably need to change driver. Lap 43 provided ironic vindication for Hamilton's earlier warnings. Leclerc suddenly panicked over radio communications, stating, "Something's wrong with this car." What appeared as tire degradation was actually left rear chassis imbalance. The problem existed since FP2 sessions and was recorded in internal technical logs. Ferrari management gambled that the issue would not surface during race conditions. Leclerc experienced the same betrayal by the system that Hamilton had endured throughout the weekend. Riccardo Adami initiated dangerous rebellion against Ferrari's hierarchy. He began providing Hamilton with raw, unfiltered data that normally underwent rigorous filtering by strategic command. The exclusive intelligence package included brake balance evolution data, tire wear deltas, and details about rival drivers' throttle application points in critical corners. Among the technical data, one word stood out: trust. The word was not technical analysis, but a clear message of defiance, signaling that the behind-the-scenes game had just begun. Ferrari implemented official division within the team structure after the race. For the first time during the 2025 season, debrief sessions were conducted separately. Leclerc was placed in the main briefing room with the technical chief and top management. Hamilton was sent to a smaller room with only 2 junior data engineers. Management described the decision as a time-saving measure. The real reason was cold isolation of Hamilton from strategic discussions and technical analysis. Adami demonstrated continued defiance through his master stroke gesture. Instead of delivering his standard brief report, he placed a complete telemetry data set on Hamilton's desk. The data set contained raw, unfiltered information that typically circulates only within Ferrari's highest management circles. This action represented a statement of silent rebellion, confirming that Ferrari's internal war had officially begun. External confirmation arrived from Laurent Mekies, former Ferrari technical director now working at Visa RB. Mekies told a French journalist that it's not Lewis who's learning Ferrari, it's Ferrari who's learning Lewis. The quote spread rapidly through the Formula One paddock. Mekies' statement confirmed that Hamilton was not adapting to Ferrari's system, but forcing the system to adapt to his requirements and working methods. Hamilton's P12 qualifying position represented only surface-level results, while profound changes occurred behind the scenes. Hamilton avoided on-camera drama while pursuing a more calculated approach. His strategy involved leveraging raw data access, engineer support, and meaningful silence to create internal pressure. What appeared as isolation was actually strategic positioning. What looked like weakness was systematic infiltration of Ferrari's decision-making processes. After the race, Hamilton hinted at deeper problems, stating, "There's a lot going on in the background that is not great."